Welcome to Behind the Camera. I'm Matt.
And I'm Maddie, and we are a husband and wife team successfully accomplishing businesses' goals as their marketing companion and capturing moments in time worth cherishing.
Join us in conversation about being business owners, understanding the digital world, and our experiences.
Thanks for joining us on this podcast.
Welcome back to Behind the Camera. I'm Matt.
And I'm Maddie, and today we're going to talk about social media management. And I'm actually kind of excited about this one.
Are you now?
Yeah. I think a lot of people, when we say we own two companies, we own Maddie's own photography and Ghost Dog Media. Maddie's own photography comes really naturally because
photography,
yeah, like
it's in the name.
Right. Like it's obvious. Like you kind of know what we do. And there's some questions, but when you say Ghost Dog Media, people are like, media, okay, marketing. Okay, well, what's marketing? Especially what's digital marketing. I mean, there's just so many pieces to it. And so
it's
hard
to understand for someone who doesn't know anything about it.
Right. And those are usually the people coming to us too. So it's like an interesting thing to market when you're marketing yourself or marketing.
Right.
It's a tongue twister. But so I think today, like, I really want to go over like why even hire a social media manager, and then even more so like why us. So
sure.
I don't know if we kind of want to start there. So I think one of the main reasons that people hire us, and I think it's in our testimonials a lot, is people, they don't want to have to worry about something in their business that they don't understand. And on top of that, they want more time to spend doing what they like in their business, because that's the whole reason they started it.
Right.
So I think a lot of people should hire a social media manager, and also do, because they want to devote more time doing their passion versus, okay, I got to go home and now I got to worry about posting on social media to make sure my business is staying in the trends.
People are still seeing your business.
Right.
And you have to understand what's happening with social media and what's trending, what's not trending. What are the different rules that Facebook's changing today versus tomorrow?
Right.
Or all that great stuff that you have to try and understand on top of trying to run your business. And I think for a lot of people, trying to market your own business, it becomes more of a headache and makes running your business not as enjoyable as it could be, or it was when you first thought about it and first started it.
Right. Especially now that social media is becoming such a big aspect of a lot of businesses and their marketing, you know, which I think kind of, like you said, like everything's always changing. So I think that kind of goes in to even our next point. Like, you hire someone for their expertise and their knowledge in what they do. I mean, just like anything, you know, I don't try to fix my car because I have no idea how to fix my car.
You don't know what a timing belt is or where that's located.
Right. No, I have no idea. But
you don't even know if that exists.
No, I don't. Does it actually? It doesn't sound like something legit, but
I'm pretty sure it exists, but I'm not no expert in cars
See,
either.
This is why we hire someone. But
exactly.
Like, I mean, it's kind of that same idea. Like, I'm not going to try to do something I don't know how to do and waste my time when I can pay someone else to do it and then end up making more, you know, baking my cookies or whatever, because I'm able to spend more time on that.
You're able to spend more time doing what you love and not worrying about the social media, like the marketing side of it to get money.
Right.
You just focus on doing what you like, and you hire the third party, us, to help manage and get people to come through your door.
Right.
So you can make money, but don't worry about it. Hire somebody.
just kind of get it out there. But yeah. Hire. That's a big thing right now too, is hiring ads. We do a lot of those right now.
Well, that's just because people don't want to work these days anymore, because I don't want to get into that rabbit hole, so we won't go in that rabbit
okay,
hole.
we won't go down there. So let's just move on to the next thing. Is we kind of talked about how big social media is, and right now social media is becoming, and it's even been a trend too. I mean, if you don't kind of understand that, but like trends like right now are everything's shifting over to where social media is like a place where people go for advice on their purchasing. Like it's like so different from when like our parents even grew up. Like I'd say we kind of looked to social media for like different things and advice, but like our parents probably looked at like newspapers or magazines, or like actually went in a store and like experienced it.
When our parents were growing up, phones didn't exist.
Right.
The iPhone wasn't invented until we were like two or five, somewhere between 2 and 5. I don't know the year, but it didn't come out until, so like social media back in the day didn't exist. So our parents and people that are their age or even older running a company, trying to understand social media is is different. Like hiring someone like us who does it, is literally on it all day, every day, understanding what's happening, and also grew up with it. So we have had this knowledge our whole lives.
Right. Like, it's like what we know.
Right.
Like, we understand it. And then on top of that, I mean, a little bit background on me. I don't know if we've quite shared our total degree backgrounds, but like my degree is business administration, and I have emphases in management, marketing management. So a lot of the things I do is being able to maintain and, you know, understand marketing trends and how to manage them essentially. You know, management isn't always just about people. It's items and inventory and things like that too. So I think that's a big portion. And with social media being such a big thing now too, it's pushed this new like value onto websites, because social media becomes this place where you're advertising your product and people are clicking links and going to your website. Ultimately, that's where they're inquiring or purchasing your product. They want to
learn about your product and understand what it is your product is.
Right.
And what am I buying? You don't just, people aren't walking into a store and being like, that looks cool, I'm just going to buy it and find out what it does.
Right. There's a lot more like pieces that go into it now than it did before.
Right.
Which, I mean, is totally fine, but it like complexes
your business, and now you're trying to spend time trying to get people to understand what it is you're doing, instead of spending all your time doing what you love doing. And
and the tricky part is your visuals now have to be digital, right? You know, like that's the big shift we saw, especially like when COVID hit. You couldn't go in person and see these items and these products. And so a lot of people are like, well, how do we show it visually? And like, how do you make a presentation over a camera or like whatever and present it when they can't? I mean, the main sense is you can't touch it, you can't feel it, you can't smell it. So people are having to rely on like visual representations and like wordage and copyright to understand what the product is, which complexes it, like we said, makes it really complicated to try to understand for your client who really probably doesn't know about it anyways. But then on top of all of that, you're not even maintaining just the trends, you're maintaining the quality of your posting and the consistency of it.
Right.
Like I can't
just post once a month and expect people to understand what you're doing.
Right. Or expect them to get to the right place. You know, like we talk a lot about buyer's journeys and story brands and things like that when our clients come to us. And it's the same thing for social media. I mean, every time your client goes on there should be a new piece added to your story. And it's great to repurpose content, and I'm not against repurposing content, but there still has to be value in it. You know, I still have, as a client or as a customer or whatever it is, when I come on your social media page, I'm only following your business probably to learn something, or because I already enjoy your product or service. And again, I never hate learning something new or understanding something I didn't before.
Right.
Or even re-understanding something I knew before in different context or different copyright. And so that's where the repurposing thing comes in. But then there also becomes this idea that you can't post too much either.
Because once you start posting too much, people are like, well, I've seen you like 10 times today on my feed, and it's getting annoying. I want to see something else.
Right.
So you have to find that balance between posting too much and not posting enough, which can be kind of hard sometimes, and understanding what market you're in and who's your audience. Are they older? Are they younger? Are they male? Are they female? And once you understand all that stuff, you can post on a schedule and a frequency that tailors to those people, and they can see just the right amount, so they are always thinking about you and they're always learning about you, but they don't feel like they're seeing you too much or forgetting about you even.
Right. They absorb so much more when they're comfortable with your brand and your social media presence. And so that's a big part too. And that's where, you know, kind of where we come in. We have a variety of different packages for our clients, and it's something new that we've set up in the last probably 6 months. Is we no longer come into your business and are like, okay, yeah, we'll just kind of post when it's convenient for you, because we just, as much as our clients love that portion, because they're posting like they're like comfortable doing. We've really pushed the get out of your comfort zone. You know, we'll handle the content, we're bringing you quality, we'll post the 7 times a week, and you're going to see the difference. And our clients have seen the difference. I mean, we had a lawn and landscape company that doubled their business in like 60 days.
Based on a couple of posts,
yeah,
and ads we ran for them.
Yeah, and it was the matter of good visuals, a website that made sense to the customer, and a social media presence. And it was crazy. It was like, okay, here's all the clientele you're missing out on because you're missing this small little piece of your business.
Right.
And I think that's what a lot of people miss. And so when we come in, it's really, I find it really rewarding to come in and then be like, okay, look, you're like, we have the stats to prove it.
Here's your numbers before we started. Here's your numbers a month after we started.
Right.
Did they go up? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, they did.
And we're not people to like rip our clients off either. Like if it's not working, we're going to shift our whole, like we're not scared to like completely shift. Like we will to make sure
we're trying this method and we're seeing no results. We're going to be like, okay, this isn't working. What do we need to change to get the results? So we'll shift it this way. And if that doesn't work, we'll shift it again. We'll just keep shifting until we get it right. And sometimes we get it right on the first time. And sometimes you get it right on the third time. Sometimes with social media, it can be kind of hard sometimes. So you just have to give it time. It takes time. Everything with social media takes time for numbers to show up. You don't just, we're trying this thing and then new information is there. No, you have to wait a month or maybe even 2 months, upwards of 6 months sometimes before you even see results.
Right.
That will affect what we should do going forward or stuff like that.
And it's based on their goals too. You know, when we start social media management packages with our clients, we always ask, what's your goal? You know, some of our clients come in and just say, really honestly, we just want people to know we exist. We're not even trying to market a product or a service. Like, I mean, we've had clients like that. We've had clients that are like, honestly, maybe some follows. Like, we've had clients that have no idea. Like, we really kind of take whatever their needs are at the time and we, you know, try to achieve those on social media. And sometimes we're not changing because of trends or because it didn't work. We're changing because, well, we have all these follows now, or, oh, we went viral. Well, we should do something with that. Right. And so then the client's like, well, okay, let's try to sell this new product. We weren't going to launch it for a little bit, but let's try it. You know, we've done different things where it's just kind of shifted because the goal is shifted and the idea, you know, they really saw if social media could work and they become more trustworthy of the idea. So that shifts things too. But I think like overall social media, it's important to post with intention. Like always have an idea of why you're posting. You know, don't just post to be there. You know, post to give value to your clients and your customers and, you know, provide them with somewhere they want to search on their Facebook or Instagram and see what you posted that day. Make them excited to come look at your page. I think that's kind of the biggest thing.
That is the biggest thing, I think, too.
Yeah. So when it comes to hiring us as a third party, you know, we're quite a bit different than a lot of marketing third parties because our clients work directly with us.
Yeah, we don't have anyone else. It's just the two of us.
Right.
So you're not coming to us thinking you're getting us, and then we send you off to someone else that works for us. But no, you come to us, you get both of us, you get both of our brains, our minds, and we are there to make your lives easier.
Right. Exactly. And like that comes out like a cost efficient too, because they're paying one package. We're doing, I mean, more than an average, probably 40 hours a week, just because we're watching the trends. We're looking at trending audio. We're doing the research for them. We're getting the hashtag strategy every month. Like there's a lot of these pieces that we don't list in our packages, but are really happening behind the scenes.
They happen in the background.
Right.
Because these are the things that we need to understand about your company in order to come up with good ideas for posting and bringing people in to buy your product or learn more about your company, whatever the case is.
Right. And so I think that's kind of where we become, like a lot of people see the upfront number and like, oh, you're not cost efficient. But then think about it, like, okay, you're going to hire 2 employees to do this. You're going to pay them the insurance. You're going to pay their benefits. You're going to pay for time off. You're not paying when we have time off. You know, like we don't really take time off. Like, you know, everything we're doing, we're learning something. We're always pushing towards that goal of your business. Mm-hmm. And when we're taking these master credit classes or we're reading extra books to understand this one thing in your business, you're not paying for that. We're doing that because
we want to learn more.
We need to learn more, and it's going to help you in the long run.
Right.
So it's, you know, it's this weird balance of if you hire an employee, they're going to be there from 8 to 5. When they leave, they're probably done. we're never done. And we say that a lot.
Right.
You know, we work, it's part of being an entrepreneur. Like, you work all the time. Like, that's just kind of this average thing you do, and
Right.
you just make it work. So I think that's a big thing too. And we mentioned the experience of it, you know, having someone experienced to understand it. It helps. I mean, like I said, I don't go try to fix cars because I don't know how. And so, you know, not being just telling your salesman, here, you make some posts on Facebook today and make it work. I mean,
Yeah, that can work.
That can work in the short term, but in the long term of reaching those goals, it's probably not going to reach them in the most efficient manner.
Right.
And the most cost effective.
Right.
So that's kind of where that comes in. And it never hurts to get fresh blood in the door. You know, we are fresh blood in the door. We've worked with a variety of industries. But when we started, you're kind of the new guys on the block. You know, we worked with nonprofits. We'd never done that before. We worked with construction companies. We'd never done that before. We worked with, you know, we had to learn all these industries. And now that we've learned them, we always have a new perspective because we're not in the company every day.
Right.
So we walk in, they're like, I never thought of that. Well, we just noticed it because we just walked in the door, you know?
Right. You should change this one thing. You should post 5 times a week versus once a week. It'll help. Or small things that as the owner or the person running the company, you just don't necessarily think of because you're busy thinking about, like, I need to get this, and this done to make sure that everything's ready to go for the job or whatever it is. So hiring the third party, us, just can help relieve all the stress of trying to manage your social media, and you can just worry about
the things you like. The things you like, which kind of leads us into our next thing. You know, like, we are super passionate about this, and that's why we offer it. You know, this last year we've offered pretty much every service, and we continue to offer anything we can, and that's just how we do it because we're super passionate about helping our clients. You know, we always say it, we're not your average third-party company,
right?
Because we do treat our clients like family. Like, you text me on a Saturday, like, oh, I got a post, like, I really need this posted. I'm sorry. I'm not going to hold it against you. Like, no,
I'm just going to do it.
I'm going to do it. Like, how'd you know you were going to, right. Yeah. And how'd you know you're going to get nominated for a reward on a Saturday? You don't know those things. Like, no. That just comes up.
That's
like,
just how it works sometimes.
Right. So just like us being ready and passionate about it, I think really makes that client comfortable and like, don't be scared to come talk to us because more than likely we're going to be like, oh yeah, totally, we'll do that. And if we can't do it right there, we're going to tell you like, I can't do it right this second, but I will do it. Or here's the tools to do it.
Right.
And at least get you on your foot for the next 24 hours until I can get to a computer. But that's super rare. I don't know if we've ever even done that necessarily. But
I don't think I've never done it.
I've never done it either. I just always post it because it's not that big of a deal to us.
Right.
And I enjoy doing it. So working on Saturdays doesn't hurt my feelings.
No, because we like what we do. And if we didn't like what we do, we wouldn't be sitting here doing it.
Right. And that's kind of where we go back to the beginning is it's so complex because this is only one piece of things we offer.
Yeah, that's like just for the first of like a million.
I know.
I feel like we offer a million things.
I do too sometimes.
And sometimes I wonder why we do what we do, but then I look at it and I'm like, I like it. Right. I like making social media content. I like making websites. I like making videos for testimonial kind of videos or hype style videos. And I like doing wedding stuff. It's all different. You're always doing something different.
Right.
And that's what I like about doing what we do. And I think that's why
we started the company.
We started what we do because we love it and we want to continue
doing it. Yeah, I couldn't imagine any other way. And that's kind of like as I reflect on the past year, because we started about a year ago too, but
almost a year ago
today. Yeah. So, I mean, it's just like kind of crazy. Like we've learned so much, we've done so much, we've really narrowed in our packages and our understanding, like these are the best ways to offer it. And like, especially with our social media packages, like it really doesn't end there. Like we have a lot of clients that we do add-ons for. We call them add-ons because I don't know if there's really a great term for it, but like, okay, you have our social media package. Well, I have this event going on. Can you do this? And so we do things like that for them too. And it really just, I love how close we get with our clients. And so when we accomplish their goal, it's great, but it's also like this bittersweet feeling because I'm like, I really like working with you guys and I don't want to leave. Right. So like, it's just kind of this weird feeling, but it makes me super excited for what's to come in the next year and kind of what other industries we get to explore into, you know, because I'm sure there's ones we haven't.
There's always something new out there that we haven't done. And just because we haven't done your specific thing doesn't mean we don't understand what needs to happen for that thing to be successful or to help you be successful in that thing. And it doesn't mean we don't want to learn how to help you.
Right.
We always want to learn more. And
we're such nerds. We're always trying to like expand our knowledge. And I feel like people our age are like.
I feel so scholarly saying it, but.
It's true.
It's true. I want to help you grow and help make your business successful. Because helping you makes me successful too.
Right.
But
it like goes both ways, you know. It helps us and we help them, and it's kind of great. But I don't have a whole lot more to say on the social media thing. I mean, when it comes down to it, the best way to learn about how social media works and how it's going to flow nicely in your business is really to reach out to us and
ask questions. You
know, don't be scared to ask us questions either. Like, if you think it's stupid, it's probably not a stupid question. But like nothing's a stupid question. And so like just ask the questions, inquire, just get the prices. You know, you don't know until you ask. You know, you might be thinking it's way more than what it actually is, or you might look at it and say, oh, that's not quite the value I was quite expecting. We'll be like, okay, well, here's where the value is. You know, we try to simplify things so it's easy to understand and not be overwhelming. And so just ask questions. Like, that's my biggest advice. Ask questions and understand what the value is in your packages.
Right.
So, yeah.
Well, that being said, I think that's all we got for this episode of Behind the Camera.
Sounds good.
So
we'll see you guys next time.
Yeah. See ya. Thanks for listening to your favorite marketing companions.
Don't forget to follow us on socials at Ghost Dog Media and Maddie's Moments Photography. And check us out on our website, ghostdog.media.
Tune in again soon so you don't miss out on any of our podcast moments.
Until next time.